Hello again, everyone. Andre here with another Friday the 13th video. Today, we're going to go over even more working glitches, tricks, and exploits. But before we get into that, I just got to point out that 99% of my audience is not subscribed. So fix that. Subscribe. Subscribe now, please. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time. Let's get to it. So our first topic is visual bugs. These serve virtually no purpose, aside from getting a reaction or two from your fellow players. To get the mask icon next to your username in a public lobby, all you have to do is start a private match with a buddy. Assign yourself as Jason if you want the mask, or if your buddy wants it, assign them. Then finish that round, then close the lobby. When you load into a public one, you should still have that mask next to your name if you were the one that was assigned. The mask will not guarantee that you are Jason. It's just a neat little trick. Now all you need for this next trick is a car, a raised surface, and a little bit of luck. Remember, this will not give you an advantage in a match. It is only here to confuse and bamboozle Jason. So get yourself a car, then crash it or park it to where Jason can stop it next to a raised surface. If the car is on, you're just gonna die. Then crouch or walk towards the top of the car. Now, counselors are just going to see you floating in place like you do, but from Jason's perspective, so for this one, just spam crouch or crouch walk in that corner next to that bench up towards the top of the wall. If you did it correctly, you'll see yourself get on top of the bench and next to this little bell thing. Now I like to just crouch and stand directly on top of the bell. Now while you're here, Jason cannot grab you. He can, however, slash you on rare occasion, but it's going to be a little bit tricky for him. Be careful to not stand in this flower bed. He is way more likely to hit you with his slash attacks, and he can actually grab you. So if you find yourself falling off the wall, try and get yourself to a safe spot to reset it, because you are not invincible here. For this one, go to the boat shed on any Crystal Lake map. You'll see these couple of boats leaning against the wall. Just crouch walk into that little spot, and you can get yourself farther and farther down those boats. Now, just like the last one, you're pretty much immune to getting grabbed, so long as you stay a certain distance from the right side of the boat. However, you are not immune to getting knives thrown at you. And if the Jason you're up against is slashing at just the right angle, he can manage to hit you. So make sure to pack up on health sprays.
No, stop!
Now this is one of the easiest and oldest tricks in the book, getting yourself as the host every time. First, have a friend send you an invite, join their game party, then leave. Then start your own party. And if your friend wants to be the host, have them do the exact same thing. And if you did it correctly, every game you join into should have that person as the dedicated host every time, so long as you don't actually close the game.
An invisible man can rule the world.
Now to pull this off in a public lobby, you need to have your friend as Jason. Have the car repaired and the keys in hand, and equip the perk Thick Skin. Now, if all this is sounding familiar to you, you're not wrong, because this is the same method for the infinite kills glitch from a while back. And since we don't need that anymore, we're going to use it for other means. So first, get a bear trap, then place it directly in front and in the center of a dresser. Then arm the trap, stand next to the trap, and hit the interact button on the dresser, not the trap. You should just step right into the trap, then pull yourself out. Then walk up to the car, get inside, and tell your Jason buddy to break the cabinet that you were just at. Once he breaks it, you should see the inside of your character model, or the camera's just going to do some wonky stuff, but you know you did it right. Then have your Jason friend pull you out of the car, then break free. Now that you've broken free, you are now an invisible man. Remember, do not pick up weapons or car parts such as the gas, battery, or other stuff like that. It'll just remove the ability for you to interact with stuff. But while you're in this state, you can body block Jason and counselors. And you can do a little trolling, like closing the door in their face, or shutting a window when they least expect it, opening drawers, or getting on the voice chat and pretending to be a spoopy ghost. If you want to take it a step further, if the car is still available, you can actually drive it like this. It'll just look like the car is a ghost car that's driving itself. Also, when you're invisible and you start the car, there's no startup sound. which is good. Now, one of the spots to do this on is the top cop escape on Jarvis' house. So make sure the cops are called, and if they show up at this spot, go through this little covered bridge tunnel, then walk to the end. Get close to the right side of the exit, then crouch or stand as close as possible to this threshold. Now you want to make Jason think you're AFK so he can just grab you. And if you did it right, you'll just get plopped right on the other side of the barrier. And you guessed it, Jason cannot get over here. Now the next spot for this is at the bottom cop escape on Packanack Small. So walk up to the very left side of this exit threshold and do the same thing. Just crouch or stand there. Allow Jason to grab you. And if done properly, he will just drop you on the other side. Now that you're on this side, make sure to confuse your fellow counselors as well as Jason and explore what lies beyond the cop escape. Trust me, there is a lot. And if you end up clipping through the ground, just wait it out. The game will eventually kill you. Now I know some of you don't want to hear this, but unfortunately the big weapon glitch is dead. I cannot find an alternate method for it, and even if I did, it wouldn't be consistent. And the infinite stamina glitch still works, but that one's inconsistent as well. Over the course of a couple weeks, throughout a bunch of trial and error, I was only able to pull it off one time. So I'm going to put a link in the description to another video on how to do it, because I cannot replicate the method. That about wraps it up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. Plus, I got a lot of new videos on the way, so you don't want to miss any of them. So with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.